Hello and welcome to another update video about HBAR. HBAR is still in this ascending wedge pattern, didn't manage to complete this A wave in a nice way. So I think we are either still in wave 1 here, within the diagonal. So basically that would be the bullish wave count. Or it's just about to complete here a WXY corrective wave 4, which is also still a possibility if we zoom out. I think I shared a resistance area in previous videos. There you go. And here resistance goes up all the way to 6.8 cents, the 78.6 Fib level, even though it is very, very high for a wave 4. But that would be the next key resistance. And then the structural resistance is here at 6.5, 6.6 cents. Nevertheless, all of that doesn't change the fact that this is a corrective rally, which leaves probabilities rather unclear, okay? So we can only point out the relevant Fibonacci support, which is here. So as explained before, the 4.4 cent level is basically the bullish support. The further away from that you decide to go long, the less favorable is the reward to risk ratio, logically. The closer price can get, the more rewarding it clearly is. But a break below 4.4 cents would emphasize the yellow wave count, which could lead to another low. If we break below 4.4 cents, I think it's quite likely that it's going to go below the bear market low, the December 22 low, below 3.6 cents. But at the moment, of course, it still has a chance. As I always say, these diagonals, right? If it's still in a diagonal, they're extremely hard to you can't count, you can't put the sub wave count on without being ready for changes. Diagonals are low probability patterns because they can also always be counted as corrections. Okay, so this chart anyway already came into our support area. This is what it's meant for. If anybody wants to use the parameters here for trading, this would have been the spot for a long trade potentially. Yeah. As I always say, and I cannot stress that enough, don't trade the count, trade the setup, trade the boxes if you want to, okay? But even then, this is still an uncertain chart, in my opinion, right? Now, you can always, if you're very bullish on HBAR, and you believe it might go back to, for example, a new high here above 10 cents, right? You can always use the swing low of the June low as a stop, but we are quite far away from that. Okay, that's why I always highlight these boxes, and the lower you are in these boxes, the better the reward to risk ratio for a potential long trade. But anything that happens here within these within the boundaries of the ascending wedge is of course a bit uncertain. It's just basically a range, and it could be that it's trying to break above. But what I can share with you is that what you often see, and they tend to break to the downside, these ascending wedges, not always, but they tend to, maybe in around 70% of cases. By the way, there are 30% of cases where it can break to the upside. You sometimes get a fake out and then it comes down. Now, this already looked promising here, the A wave down, but so far it attempted a reversal here. Now we need to see, can it actually get a sustained break above 6.5, 6.6 cents, but it would leave probabilities rather unclear. Yeah, it's a very choppy chart. Then we will have resistance next at about here 7 cents, and then 7.8, and then potentially the 10 cent level. But first of all, we need to see if this is now a sustained rally. Again, the wave count is very ambiguous, very unclear. If it keeps going from here, I would have to assume that it already completed the wave 1 here. I think that's how I had it initially, that the wave 2 already completed indeed in our trend reversal area, and it indeed reversed, but it looks strange as a complete wave 1, and that's already in some kind of a weird third wave. But counting these or giving a micro count for these structures is always a nightmare, because they do always change. Yeah, they are the uncertain diagonals. So just be ready for that, and just focus on the larger fibs. Okay, don't be so focused on the micro wave count. It's all about the fib levels. These are relevant to act as a parameter for basically being focused on the upside, which is above support, and being focused on the downside, which is below support. But yeah, not much changed really. I mean, it's still a corrective rally. No impulse has developed here. But if it continues to rally, it should hit these milestones next. It's just that the wave count would be rather uncertain until we have more price data. At some point, this wave 4 will not be a wave 4 anymore. So I think I shared that with you. The 78.6 pip level can't really defend the idea of a wave 4 above that. That would rather have bullish implications. But again, it would just the absence of a bearish count doesn't necessarily make it clearly bullish. Because what could happen, it could just morph into a triangle. I see the potential for triangle counts certainly pop up everywhere. So A, B, C, D, E. The problem is with triangles, you can't really predict them until you have enough waves. They could still come to another low. So yeah, don't be too much focused on the micro counts. I think if you want to find reward and risk setups that are favorable, focus on the boxes. If you use them, it's up to you. And then take profits when the market makes them available, right? Like in this case, turned around here. Market seems to make it available right now. Take some partial profits. No problems with that. But when you take partial profits is entirely up to you. That's my update about HBAR. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.